All right, so let's go ahead and get started. If you have props, I will likely practice without props today, just because I like to show that if you don't have props, you can still do the practice. But by all means, please, if you like props, um, grab them. Grab all of the props. I always like to really encourage that. Anything that sort of helps you stay on your practice is worth using. So, be it a block, a bolster, a blanket, pillows, whatever you got, grab it, and let's get going. All right, so meet me on my mat. We're gonna find a comfortable seat, and we'll get started. But as you come to that seat, go ahead and just take a moment to get still. Sometimes it takes some time. It's okay. But eventually, coming to that stillness, closing the eyes, and just making sure to sit up nice and tall. And then maybe just taking one hand onto the heart and then the other to the belly. Just as if you're holding yourself here. And you're beginning to notice your breath. And just start to come to that place of awareness. Your in-breath, your out-breath, maybe if there's a pause between. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly, maybe the chest underneath the hands. Sitting with the quality of your breath, sitting with the length of your breath. And then just seeing if you can start to draw out the exhale. So maybe making it a little bit longer than before. Don't worry about the counts right now. We're just going to see if we can lengthen out that exhale. Making it a little bit longer than your inhale. And generally that breath pattern, that longer exhale is really meant for a calming breath, but it's the morning, at least if you are on Pacific time like me. And so just finding a softness is just a nice way to get our practice started. And as you're continuing to draw out each exhale, I'd like to offer you the word embrace. So we're sort of sitting in this gesture, this shape of holding yourself here. So maybe that is your definition of embrace, of hugging, of holding. Or maybe embrace for you means acceptance. Acceptance of qualities of yourself or others, or of situations. We've been in this pandemic situation for years, so just coming to terms with that sometimes over and over again can be difficult, but maybe it just means embracing this moment. So whatever way embrace sort of calls to you. Hold that. And then just take that throughout your practice and see where that comes up for you, see where that takes you. Take one more breath here. Let it go through the mouth. Let the hands go, and then go ahead and start to come into child's pose. I don't often start our practice in child's pose because it's not always accessible at the beginning of class, but we're gonna roll with it today. So if it doesn't feel accessible this morning, that's totally okay. You're welcome just to stay right there on your bum. Otherwise, if it feels okay for the body, go ahead and find your way to the knees. Coming onto hands and knees, make sure the big toes are together, and then find the knees nice and wide. And then send the hips back to the heels. Let the arms extend, and let this start out with a nice soft child's pose. So, you know, if the forehead doesn't quite meet the mat, you can place a pillow or a block or blanket underneath it, just so that the forehead can actually make contact with something here. And then let yourself sort of settle in as much as it can. Maybe take the head and just gently rock it back and forth, sort of massaging that forehead area, the third eye, waking it up. And then keep pressing the hips towards the heels. We're going to walk our hands over to the right side of the mat. Okay, and usually I offer, you know, to stack that left hand on top of right, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to come up onto the fingertips of just the left hand, and the elbow will start to lift. So coming into a really active left arm. Okay. So start to press the fingertips in the mat, and then press to the left hip towards the back corner of your mat. Okay, so you're creating this nice long stretch for the left side body here. Take a breath in. And then a breath out. Palm comes back to the mat. And then let's walk the hands through center over to the left side of the mat now. And we'll find an active right arm this time. So coming up onto the fingertips of the right hand, lifting the right elbow, pressing those fingertips down as you press the right hip towards the back right corner of your mat. So really find a nice stretch here. Opening up that area underneath the armpit, the ribs, maybe the hips a little easier here. One more breath in. Breath out, lower the hand, walk them back towards center. Take a breath here, inhale. And exhale. And then keeping the elbows on the mat, just start to lift the head, lift the hips. Walk the knees back under the hips, and then just walk them back a bit, just a few inches here. So right now your hips may be either in line with the knees, maybe slightly in front of them. That's okay, because now we're going to start to press into the elbows, shift back, keep those hips over the knees. So we're not coming back to child's pose, we're not back here, we're up here. Hips are up here. And then start to melt the heart down towards the mat. So we're coming into puppy pose. Big shoulder opener here, upper back opener. Notice any spaces that you're feeling sensation. So you might feel this in the shoulders, the upper back, somewhere else. We all feel things differently, that's okay. Let the heart melt a little bit further on your breath. And then once again, keeping the elbows as they are. Lift the head, lift the body, shift it forward, and just set the belly down onto your mat. Okay, so now the shoulders are over our elbows if they're not. Make any adjustments you need. Toes are flat to the mat, so tops of the feet down. We're moving into Sphinx pose, all right? So start to press into the toenails, activate the legs, press into the elbows, lift the upper body, and then see if you can start to drag the elbows towards your ribs, all right? So you'll start to feel a really nice opening of the front of the chest now. And then just take the gaze in front of you. Keep drawing the elbows back towards the body. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself down all the way to the belly. Stack the hands, forehead comes on top. You can bend the knees and just sort of wiper the legs from side to side here. And when your body feels ready, go ahead and release the legs. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up either through table or through plank. And we will come into our first downward facing dog. All right, so take a moment here. Get your wiggles out. Shake it out. Bend one knee and then the other. Whatever you need to do here. All those little movements that we all sort of get in the habit of doing. That's okay. Embrace that. Do that. And then just find some stillness. So settle the feet, settle the legs. Drop belly in. So strong core here. And breathe. Take a breath in through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Beautiful. All right, so soften the knees a bit. We're going to walk up to the top of our mat, but we're going to do this little fun crisscross walk. So take the right foot, cross it over towards the left edge of your mat. Left foot then crosses over towards the right edge of your mat. So slowly making your way towards the top of your mat as you do this little crisscross walk. Make it as big as you like until eventually you are at the top of your mat. Feet together, hips distance, whatever feels best in your own body. Take an inhale, we're gonna rise up halfway. So coming onto fingertips if that's available. Hands can be at the shins as well, whatever feels best for you. Pull the shoulders back. I like to hug the elbows in. That will help keep the chest nice and open. And then soften the knees. Slide back down into your forward fold. We're going to do that again. So inhale, halfway lift. Belly draws in. Elbows in. Soften, exhale, fold over the legs. One more time. Inhale to halfway lift. So this time, we're going to root into the feet. Take the arms alongside of you. Airplane the arms. Palms face down. Really keeping the chest nice and open. Belly is strong. Flat back. That's my head. My head's cut off here. Here we go. Beautiful. One more breath in. And then exhale. Release it all down. There we go. Breathe down through the feet. We're going to inhale, soften the knees as you roll the body up. So nice and slow. You've been upside down for a bit. I'm going to get a head rush. No need for that. Stacking the hips, the heart, finally the head, sweeping the arms up high, palms come together. Inhale. And then exhale, draw the hands back to your heart space. Pause here. Connect the thumbs with the chest. Maybe close the eyes and just remind yourself of that word embrace. What are you accepting today? What are you acknowledging or holding on to? And then keeping the palms pressing together. Take an inhale. We're going to take the arms up over the head. Reach it tall, nice big stretch. Exhale, draw them to your heart space. Again, inhale, palms sweep up over the head. Keeping them together, exhale, draw them back into your heart space. One more time, just like that. Inhale, sweep the arms high, palms stay together. Exhale, draw them through the heart center, soften the knees, and release it all to a forward fold. Hands release.
When you get down there, taking them behind the ankles, either clasping the backs of the calves, maybe you clasp opposite wrists, whatever feels best here. Give your head like a gentle nod yes, a gentle no, and just make sure that the knees are nice and soft. You know, we haven't opened the backs of the legs too much, so just honor any feelings that are coming up. You know? All right, here we go. Inhale, we're going to find that halfway lift. This time hands come to the shins or fingertips to the earth. We're not going to airplane here.
And then exhale, forward fold.
I'm going to scooch up here. Bend the knees, palms come to the earth. We're going to step the left foot back. Bring the knee down. We're making our way into a low lunge, right? So you can flip the back foot so the top of the foot is on the mat. Take an inhale, root into the feet. Exhale here. You can stay connected with the earth here, palms down, or you're welcome to root into the feet a little bit further and inhale the arms up over the head.
And then exhale, bend the elbows, make little cactus arms, opening the chest, press the elbows back. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, fingertips to the earth as you shift the hips back. Maybe you lift the toes, maybe you don't. Inhale, come forward. Sweep the arms high, back to your low lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, palms down, shift it back. One more time through there. Inhale, low lunge, sweep the arms high. Moving with the breath, exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale to reach, lift it up. Exhale, sweep it back. Last one through here. There we go. Inhale, sweep it back to that low lunge, arms reach high. Exhale, go ahead and cactus the arms. Open up the chest, really press the elbows back. You can stay here, or you can take the hands into those imaginary back pockets, or maybe you interlace the fingers, press the knuckles down to open the chest just a little bit further. Maybe you sort of make a line with the nose up towards the ceiling, taking the gaze up slightly. One more breath in. Exhale, palms to the earth. Curl the back toes under, lift the knees, step back to plank, where you'll inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower the knees, come on to the belly. Hug the elbows in, take an inhale, lift the heart. For baby cobra, press the elbows down and in towards the ribs, and then exhale to lower. Curl the toes under, press up through table or plank, and we find our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a moment here, breath in and out. All right, here we go. Inhale, we're going to slide the right leg up and back for a three-legged dog. Toes are down. And then exhale, shift forward. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Elbows come over the wrists here. So find a little core work. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Inhale, press back. Last one, inhale through the chest. Inhale, press it back one more time. And then this time we're going to step it all the way between the palms. There we go. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, press the chest forward.
And then exhale, walk the fingertips out just a bit. Okay, so keep the chest pulling forward. Breath in here. And then exhale, we're gonna start to float the back leg. Bring the weight onto the right foot. And we're in a little warrior 3 here. Let's get back so you can see my whole body here. All right, so toes are facing down. Okay, take a slight little micro bend in the right knee. You can stay here, palms connected to the earth. If you'd like a little bit more of a balance challenge, we can soften that right knee, and when you're ready, sort of lift off, taking the palms together at your heart space, okay? Either way, that back foot, the toes are facing down. Strong base leg. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Breath in. And then breath out. We'll all set the left foot down next to the right. Take an inhale. Sweep the arms high as you get the hips low. Chair pose. Exhale. Sweep the arms back behind you. Palms face down. Airplane arms. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale. Let it all go. Forward fold. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale. Fold. Bend the knees, palms to the earth, right foot steps back. We're coming to our low lunge on this side. So the knee lowers down, uncurl the toes. Take an inhale here, chest pulls forward. Exhale it out. Option to stay right here, fingers connected. Or you have the option to root into that left foot, take an inhale and sweep the arms high. And then exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, chest is nice and open. Inhale, fingertips reach for the sky. Exhale, palms to the earth, shift it back. Maybe you lift the toes, maybe you keep them pointed, up to you. Inhale, shift it forward, arms sweep high. Again, moving with a breath here. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale to reach. Exhale to shift back. One more time through here. Inhale, sweep, reach it up. Exhale, cactus, elbows press back. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, shift it back. Nice, our last one. Here we go. Inhale, come forward, back to your low lunge. Sweep the arms high. Exhale, cactus the arms. Either staying here, continuing to lift the chest and press the elbows back, or you can take the hands into those back pockets, or interlace the fingers, taking the knuckles down towards your mat, lifting and opening the chest just a bit further. Again, maybe drawing that line with the nose up towards the ceiling, taking the gaze a bit higher. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release palms, frame the foot, curl the right toes under, lift the knees, step back to plank pose. Take an inhale, shift it forward. And then exhale, you can lower the knees to come to your belly or keep them lifted as you lower all the way down. Uncurl the toes, inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Baby cobra, maybe a little higher. And then exhale to lower. Curl the toes under, make your way back to downward facing dog. Beautiful, take a breath in. And out. Inhale, slide the left foot up and back. Three-legged dog, toes are down here, kick into the heel. Active leg, and then exhale, shift forward, shoulders over the wrists. Knee comes into the chest, really hug it in. Make your core work here. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, hug it in. Like you're gonna give it a little hug there. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, last one. Inhale, press it back. One more time. And then exhale, step it between the palms. All right, inhale, chest pulls forward, shoulders roll back. Maybe take the gaze forward. And then exhale, walk the fingertips out a few inches. Inhale here. Keep the gaze forward, chest forward. And then exhale, weight comes onto the left foot, float that back leg for our warrior 3. Okay, so take a second to tune in. Right toes are facing down. You can do a little check back there. Chest is still pulling forward, okay? Keeping the hands connected. If you have blocks are really great here. Otherwise, you're welcome to take that little balance challenge, softening the left knee as you sort of launch and lift off, taking the palms together at your heart. Woo! Walls are really great for this. Okay. Palms are pressing together if you're in this shape here. That bottom leg may be shaking. It's okay. Squeeze the thighs together. Beautiful. Take one more breath in. Exhale, set the right foot down. Sweep the arms high as you get the hips low, chair pose. Breath in. Breath out. Sweep the arms back. Palms down. Chest is open. Inhale. And then exhale. This time we're going to sweep the arms high as you stand all the way up. Palms together. And then exhale, draw them into your heart space. Beautiful. Thumbs come into the chest. Maybe close the eyes. Here we go. Take an inhale. Palms stay together. Sweep the arms high. Exhale. Draw them through the heart center as you soften and forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. And then exhale to fold. Bend the knees. Bring the palms to your mat and step to plank pose. And either staying up here in plank or move through that vinyasa. Inhaling to shift forward. Exhale, lowering all the way to the belly or just halfway for chaturanga, up to you. Inhale, open up for cobra or an up dog. And then exhale. We'll all meet in that downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Keeping it moving. Inhale, sweep the right leg up and back for that three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. It's morning, guys. We're going to wake the body up. Inhale, back. Exhale, bring it into the chest. One more time. Inhale, back. Exhale, draw it into the chest. And then we're just going to set that right knee down on the mat. Okay? Draw the belly in. Keep that action of pressing the hands into the mat like you're trying to press it away from you. And then float the back leg. Okay? Toes are down. When you've gained your balance, you can take the right arm to reach forward. Keep the gaze down at your mat so the back end of the neck stays long. Beautiful. Option to stay right here. Or we can come into tiger pose by bending the back knee. Right thumb faces down. Sweep the arm back behind you. Capture the foot. And just take a second to draw the heel right into the glute. Give yourself a little quad stretch. And then start to kick the left foot into the right hand, opening up. And then maybe lift the head a bit so you can open the chest. Coming into our little back bend. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, try not to like boomerang that hand around. Slowly release with control. Take the leg out, take the arm out. There we go. And then exhale, plant the right foot, plant the left toes, and then press into the hands as you lift the right knee back into the chest. Shift yourself back. Keep the right knee bent. That right heel is towards the glute. And then we're going to flip the leg so that the knee is facing up towards the sky. The heel is still drawing in towards the bum. So now we're in like fire hydrant pose. Opening up the right hip a bit. Again, you have the option to stay right here, or you can continue dropping the right heel behind you. All right, if you want to do that, we're going to come to Wild Thing. You're going to drop the left heel to the mat. With control, take the right foot behind you. And when you're ready, lift the hips back up. Take the right arm over the ear for Wild Thing. Beautiful. Take one more breath. And then exhale with control. We're going to make our way back all the way over. Set the right foot down. We're back in our downward facing dog. Whew, beautifully done. All right, here we go. Inhale, left foot sweeps up and back. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Hug it in. Inhale, Reach it back. Exhale. Draw it in. One more, last one. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knee in. And then place it down. There we go. All right. Keep pressing the mat away from you with both palms, bellies drawn in, float the back foot. Kick into the heel. When you're ready, right foot or right hand reaches out in front of you. Keep pressing into the right palm, lift the chest. Beautiful. Take a breath in and out. Staying here. Or we'll find our back bend, bending the right knee, heel comes to the bum, left thumb faces down, sweep the arm back. See what you can grab back there. Stay here just a second, just draw the heel in towards the bum, so giving yourself a little stretch for the front of the right thigh. And you can always stay here, giving yourself that nice stretch, or start to get the foot into the hand, opening up into that back bend. Keep pressing the right hand down into the mat. Breathe. Here we go, breath in. And a breath out with control. Slowly re-extend the limbs. And then place the left palm down, right toes down. Press into the hands. We're gonna lift the left knee, shift it back. The heel stays towards the bum here. All right, start to lift that knee and then take the knee towards the sky as you open up the hip. Coming into that fire hydrant pose. Again, option to stay here, take it into that wild thing. If you're moving into wild thing, you're gonna drop the right heel to the mat. Slowly with control, take the left foot behind you and then inhale. Lift the hips as you open up, taking the left arm over the ear. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower that left hand down. Make your way back into that downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breath in through the nose. Breath out through the mouth. Take your gaze between the palms, soften the knees, and just walk or hop your way up towards the top of your mat. Take an inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into the feet. We're going to rise with a flat back. Circle those arms up. Palms together over the head. And then exhale, draw them into your heart space. Beautiful. All right, so go ahead and keep the palms together. We're gonna take the right foot, step it back, and we're gonna open ourselves up to the wide edge of the mat, okay? So let the toes turn out here. Give yourself a nice wide stance so the heels are wider than your hips at this point. All right. And then start to ground into the feet. And then see if you can find a lift. So see if you can draw some energy from the earth up the legs, all right? So actively pressing them down. So you might find a slight micro bend in the knees as you're here. Draw the belly in. And then take the arms nice and wide, star pose. Open yourself up here. Take up space. Breathe into the chest. Breathe that love in. Breathe that love out. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. And then exhale. We're going to bend the knees, sink the hips down nice and low. And then take a nice big bear hug, wrapping the arms around you. Doesn't matter which is on top. We'll do both sides. It's all good. Lift the elbows. Just like you're giving yourself a nice big hug. Keep the hips nice and low. All right, here we go. Inhale. Press into the feet, rise back up, and then take the elbows, lift them up towards the sky, and then just sort of unfurl the arms, kind of like you're taking off a shirt.
And then make your way back into that star pose, lifting and opening the chest. There we go. We won't stay here as long, so take a breath in. And then a breath out. We're gonna sink it back one more time for our goddess pose. And then taking that bear hug, the opposite arm on top. So if you need to take a second to figure that out, it's all good. Meet me in this bear hug. Lift the elbows a bit. So we're getting a nice stretch through the upper back, opening up the back side of the heart space, embracing ourselves and all that entails. There we go, press into the feet. We're gonna inhale, rise back up. Lift the elbows up towards the sky. We're gonna unfurl those arms like you're taking off that sweater. One more time. Open up the chest. And then let it go. Palms together at your heart space. Beautiful. All right, so go ahead and make your way back to the top of your mat. We're gonna make our way down. Finish out our practice here. All right, so keeping the palms together, we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, draw them through the heart space, soften the knees, come into your forward fold. Let it go. There you go. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, palms to the earth, and either step back to your dog pose, or if you'd like to come into a little vinyasa, you're welcome to. All right, so if you want to take that vinyasa, find your plank pose. Inhale, shift forward, look forward. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, open up the chest, cobra or an up dog. And then exhale, we'll all find our way back to that downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in here. Open it up. Let it out through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breath in. Bring that love into the heart space, and then exhale. Send a little love out. And then go ahead and just lower the knees down to your mat. Swing the legs around. Make your way onto your bum. And then keep the knees bent, feet to the mat, and just lower yourself down. Coming onto the back body here. So here is where you may like to grab a prop or two. If you want a blanket under the head, you're welcome to do that by all means. But coming into our reclined cobblers, go ahead and take the soles of the feet together and then just let the knees fall nice and wide here. If the legs feel like they need some support, then you can grab blocks, you can grab pillows, blankets, whatever you need, and just place those underneath the thighs here. Okay. Once you're in your little shape here, let's keep the openness of the chest. We've done so much lovely chest opening, so let's keep that by either cactusing the arms. You may like to take them up over the head. Just keeping the palms facing up towards the sky. Letting yourself remain open. And just take a few breaths here. And notice any hard edges. Any areas of tension. And just see if you can find a little bit of softening in those areas. One more round of breath. Full big breath into the belly. And then out. Go ahead and release the arms. Draw the knees back towards one another. Just take a second, take the feet as wide as your mat. Let the knees just sort of fall into one another.
And then just open the knees back up. Keep the feet nice and wide, and we're just gonna let the knees fall over to one side of your mat. You can take the arms to cactus if you like, or out to a T, whatever feels best. And then back through center over to the other side. Back to center. And then just let your legs sort of rest comfortably. If you want to knock the knees back in, that's fine. Whatever works. If you want to take the legs out in a more traditional Shavasana, you can do that. But just take a moment here. And whatever shape your legs are in, if you prefer to come to a seat, you're welcome to do that as well. Whatever works for you. But wherever you are, go ahead and just take a minute and just wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a big hug, a big embrace. Feeling yourself underneath your hands. Embracing yourself physically. And then just taking a moment to just acknowledge you. Acknowledge the person that you are, who you were, who you're becoming. And just wrapping yourself around that. And just embracing yourself fully. Letting yourself just rest in that, even if it's just for a moment. And then see if you can keep that feeling of that embrace as you draw the palms together at your heart space. Letting the thumbs connect with the heart here. Take a breath in. Send yourself some love. And a breath out to send that love back into the world. Draw the thumbs up towards the forehead, connecting them with the third eye space here. Taking one more gentle moment to connect with yourself, to honor yourself, your practice. Thank you for sharing that energy with me, sharing your practice with me. I see you. I acknowledge you. And I honor you. And I embrace you. Sending love to you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.